Doing a little bit of a video today about the situation around the world right now. I'm out trying to deal with all the problems that I'm having, which isn't too bad, considering that I just had major surgery and I'm up and walking and having a nice time. As long as I go slow and easy, things seem to be going okay. We had rain here in San Francisco overnight. Not enough to make puddles, just enough to get things wet. And it smells fantastic. Real clean and nice. So I've got just a little bit further to go. We can do my video. During the 1960s, as I was growing up, we had anti-war movements. And I knew from being in the military how bad war was. And a lot of artistry was some of the best music in the world was sung in those days about anti-war, war pigs, many pieces of music. I have some of them down in the description if I remember to put it in. War is hell. Okay, many people are confused on what war is and how bad war really is. The U.S. went to war in Afghanistan and Iraq and did many of the things that Russia is doing to Ukraine, such as bombing Kabul, killing men, women, and children. The reason these superpowers kill men, women, and children is for reasons of they're taught that children can grow up just to be 5 or 7 and carry a gun and start shooting your soldiers. So of course women, children, and men are all targets for war. War is hell, and that's just the way it is. It's always been that way. Don't forget how the U.S. bombed Mosul, torture in Iraq, and how we watched in horror as the U.S. just kept torturing because Bush, the president at that time, H.W. Bush, wanted to see people tortured, even though Iraq had nothing to do with 9/11, nor did Afghanistan. It was obviously Saudi Arabia who had everything to do with it. But we went after people that didn't have nukes or heavy weapons, and to show how tough we were. Well, this taught Putin how it's done, and that's what he's doing in his war of hell. War is not a game. A lot of people think that war is just something you play on your PlayStation or your computer, and it has nothing but hell. And they sit there comfortably playing war, and when they're bored with it, they just turn it off. At first, people get all excited about going to war, but after 24 hours of it, they're not excited at all. There's also this thing about bombing hospitals. Well, of course, you're taught in war to bomb hospitals because that way you can't have the soldiers being patched up and sent back out on the line. There's no hospitals to send them to, and they usually die from their wounds. When I was in the Army, that's how we were taught. Bomb everything, kill everything. In Vietnam, everything was bombed. Remember the My Lai massacre and how horrible that was? The little child standing in the street with their parents dead. Or how about the scene where the soldiers kill somebody right there in front of the camera? Yeah, that's how it's done. That is war. That's reality. War is hell. War is the bottom of the barrel. You can't get any worse than war. And thinking that war is something pretty and fun that you play on your PlayStation is just ridiculous. Also, you bomb water supplies, food supplies, bridges, airports, and you get rid of all human rights, regardless of what you used to be. Brown University estimated that over 46,000 Afghanistan civilians died during the largest war in U.S. history. London-based charity showed that 3,977 casualties were caused by the U.S.-led airstrikes between 2016 and 2020, which is still going on today. We're still bombing people in Africa and other nations. 1,596 were children who died during that time. So I guess what I'm trying to say is war is hell. There's no fun in war, and there's no reason to make war as a game, because all you're doing, each country is desensitizing you about how bad war is. When you go to a football game or a baseball game, jets fly over, military bands, the whole thing, making war sound like it's fun when it's not. War is nothing fun. War is hell, and war is the bottom of hell. There can't be any worse than war, especially when they're talking about going to nuclear war. Not one person will be safe from nuclear war. Everybody will have to duck and cover. War is hell.